Would you agree that the majority of your subscribers are not only men, but are black men?
This is a test.
Oh, yeah.
This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak.
This
Turn it up
is a
and do
test.
the green.
This is only a test.
Would you agree that the majority of your subscribers are not only men, but are black men?
Gosh.
Choose your next words wisely.
Yes, probably.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because I've noticed that a lot of people that follow me seem to like that I came from like a two-parent household.
No.
And I've noticed that a lot of my followers came from a one-parent household. And I think oftentimes people that come from, not just, but like people that come from one-parent households have trouble because they've never seen what a healthy relationship looks like. And they kind of like to hear me talk about like my parents. And I just think the single motherhood rate is higher in the black community, but I would say a large portion of my audience is white too.
If black men in the UK are anything like black men in America, they very well may have the same complaints, and while coming from a two-parent household is nice, that has little to do with why black men in particular gravitate toward your content. Now, I understand the sensitive nature in racial conversations, so I'll give just Pearly the benefit of the doubt and say that she's just playing it safe amid all of this cancel culture climate. I mean, how would she be taken if she were to say, have you watched any of Kevin Samuels' content? Have you seen the delusion coming from these women?
Yes, absolutely. Oh my God, that's the perfect question. Absolutely.
So, no. But speaking of Kevin Samuels, during one of his many sit-downs, he exposed the fact that women do not listen to men, and neither do they listen to other women when that other woman is saying the things that she doesn't agree with.
Okay, so if we just use you as a sample size, women don't tend to listen to men. All right, and if women as a group have little empathy for men, how does it change?
Now, nothing is absolute, at least pertaining to this subject matter, but we can assess the most likely outcome based off of the pervading narratives in the culture, as well as the predominant behaviors within that culture. So if black men are complaining about the masculinization of black women, yet they have a preference for black women, a woman that speaks the language of a woman and the message of a man is a golden bullet in their arsenal.
I'm acting like a lady and thinking like a man, and I'm in love.
Not to mention that there is something to be said of some cultures that place value in the messages that come from an ethnic group outside of their own. Now, in this case, it's not the men who display this, but the women. So a black woman who hears the message coming from a white woman in particular is less likely to get defensive about the idea of having her ideas challenged compared to being challenged by a black woman of her own peer group. At least according to certain speculations that many black women secretly want to be a snow bunny given the choice in the accessories that they choose to adorn themselves with. Now factor in the covert methods that men deploy in order to get the message across when in the presence of a masculinized woman who has made her mind up that men are the enemy, or are somehow contributors to the patriarchal oppression of women by virtue of being born with male genitalia. How would you get through to the gooey feminine goodness beneath all of that hardened exterior? Easy, by turning on your video and letting it play in her presence. This is the cheese on the track. Many women suffer from what is called the Chaka Khan complex. Chaka Khan performed a song called I'm Every Woman, and many women reflect that sentiment by coming to the aid of any woman that is being checked by a man. Cause hey, if you call her out, it means you're calling me out too, cause after all, I'm every woman. But it causes a disturbance in the ovarian oath when a woman deviates from the narratives rooted in delusion and chimerical conjecture. When a woman who is also financially set uses logic and reasoning that is mostly attributed to men to chin check her XX chromosome counterparts, they don't know what to do with that. So in other words, while coming from a two-parent household is nice, it's hardly the reason that black men, or any men for that matter, gravitate toward your content. But instead, you are their voice in a climate and culture where men have been rendered voiceless.